Happy Saturday. Good morning. All right, you all. I am in such a way trying to really master this camera thing. Like getting, being able to, good morning, being able to stream live on both on YouTube and on Instagram. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, Soul Tribe community. I love that. Hi, I am Tracy Anderson, Grand Rising. Thank you. So, today is Saturday, and Saturday is the day that is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet that governs discipline, structures. It rules the teeth, the hair, the nails, the things that sort of make us who we are, right? Like our skeleton. Saturn rules the skeleton in the body. All of the planets have energetic connections to things that are going on in our bodies as well. And Saturn is our structure. And so if you just imagine, if you didn't have a skeleton, if you didn't have teeth, if you didn't have nails, right? If you removed your skeleton, your flesh would just collapse and be like, bloop, right? So the structures are very, very important. And last week I talked about how Jupiter has moved into Pisces and there's a lot of expansion going on, but you cannot expand if your structures are not in place to support your expansion. And so this is Saturn in Aquarius at the 15th degree. The 15th degree is about resistance, literally. And so with Saturn at the 15th degree of resistance, resistance is this energy that, we often don't like it. At least I'll speak for myself. I often don't like it. But if you think about someone who exercises and someone who does weight training, it's the resistance that actually makes you stronger. The resistance is necessary. It is important that you come against the aspects of yourself that are holding, that are holding on to the old way of being, that are still not wanting to come along, because it is in that you get to dig deeper and discover where you still need to let go, where you're still holding on to an old way of being. And this is only Saturn in Aquarius, right? Because Aquarius is an energy that asks you to become more than who you are. And one of the things that I'm surrounded by Aquarians, or at least I have been in my life. And the thing that I have discovered witnessing Aquarius is that Aquarians are future focused internally. And because we live in a culture that doesn't give them the energy to future focus, because we live in a culture that's all about immediate gratification and now, I witness many Aquarians attempting to assimilate to what other people are doing, and then they can't get what they really want that other people have, and then they suffer. And then they move into like having a lot of pain and struggle because they're attempting to be like everyone else because they are visionaries. And when Aquarians don't live from the field of the visionary realm, they suffer because they're trying to do what everybody else is doing because it feels easy to them. They feel like, I should be able to have this. I should be able to do this. That's the Aquarian thing, right? Aquarians are here to take us to the future. They're here to take us to who we're supposed to be. They're not here to be in this mundane, everyday, common, rigmarole shit. They're here to do the shit that nobody else is doing. And so when they don't have a mentor in that, or they don't understand that they are supposed to be future focused, they get in the mundane stuff and suffer because they're trying to fulfill their needs in this in the way that other people can do it. But that's not who they are. They are here to be, they're here to access the alien, which is the foreign, the thing that most of us don't have access to. And when they don't have the energy or the safe spaces or the people around them to sort of cheer them on and make it okay that they get to be quote unquote weird or out of the common understanding, then they come and try to do, they come and make the attempt. Hey, you made it to London. Yay, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Yes. So then they try to come and attempt to do the stuff that other people do, but others are just doing mundane things. It's just basic shit, right? Aquarians are not here to be basic. They're not here to do what everybody else is doing. So I often watch Aquarians suffer because they are attempting to do what everybody else does. And when they can't do it, it creates pain for them. Infinite Rose says, my Saturn is in Aquarius in the 9th house. So I can see being a visionary in pursuits of what makes me unique. Yes! You've got to be a visionary. If you're an Aquarius, you have to. And here's the thing, Saturn has already been in Aquarius for a year. It's going to be there for it's been there for a little more than a year. It's going to be there for another year and a half, I think, about a year or so. And so it's really asking you to break away. All of us have Aquarius in us somehow, somewhere, right? So I don't have, because you have Uranus, right? So everybody has Uranus. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is the mind of God. It literally is asking you you have to be deeply rooted in your connection to the divine, because the mind of God is what will give you the mind of God knows what's coming in the future. The mind of God knows what we're going to need as humans. And here's the thing, right? One time I lived in New York for a little while, and I'm going to tell you the story to help you understand that there is an aspect of us that is unconscious that knows everything. And some of us there's an aspect of us, not this physical body, there is an aspect of your soul that's in the future. Like, that's the truth. We're in the future because time is a fake construct. There is no time and space. So everything is really happening now. So you are currently in the past and currently in the future and currently now. And it sounds weird, but that's how it is. Go watch the show that Regina King was in on YouTube. Can't think of the name of it in this moment. Watchmen. And the blue man talks about, right now I'm 5 years old living but that's really true. That stuff is really true. We just don't live in a culture that cultivates those multidimensional understandings inside of us. So we feel like we're only here now. We haven't cultivated it, but we're in the future too. So there was a time I was living in New York City, and I had a job working for a marketing company, and we were calling people to ask them how would they feel about having a cell phone that actually had a camera in it where they could take pictures and talk on the phone. This was I was probably 30 something. So this was almost 20 years ago. And I remember thinking, what a stupid thing. Like, why would anybody want a phone on their camera? Like, I just remember, and I was working there, but really that was a very Aquarian thing, because I was working for something that was coming in the future. It wasn't in our current reality yet, but it was being cultivated by a company, and they had cultivated it so much that they were now doing the marketing for it. The marketing for cell phones that would have cameras on them. And I thought it was stupid. I was like, who would want that? Because I tend to be, when cell phones came out, I was just like, I don't want people to be able to reach me all the time. I don't want to be seen all the time. Like, so that was something that I wasn't aligned to, but my soul was already in the future because I was at that job doing the thing that was going to cultivate the stuff that we're doing now. And so I want us to really understand that if wherever your Aquarian energy is, it is important for you to be cultivating future, like what needs to come that isn't here now. And if you're an Aquarius, you get to ask yourself, ask your soul self, what am I here to usher in that doesn't already exist? And you know it. Like, so for me, like, I remember when I used to really love, I used to get African dresses made in modern fashions. Long before we were doing that. I would go buy African fabric and have somebody make me a dress that was a back out. And before it was here in the States, that's um, when African clothing used to just look like it didn't feel sexy to me or fashionable. It felt like something that was, it just didn't feel inviting to me. So really, if you're an Aquarius, there is something in you that you can begin to cultivate that the collective might not be ready for yet, but they will be ready by the time you have cultivated it and actually given it life and made it something that is consumable by the masses, right? So that's what I'm saying. The Aquarius energy needs to ready itself for what is to come, because we are in a constant state of evolution. And with Saturn and Aquarius, we're all being, especially as we're moving into the age of Aquarius. So this month we're going to have a new moon in Aquarius and a full moon in Leo. These are the oppositions. And so this month the new moon is going to be conjunct Saturn and square Uranus. And so literally we are breaking free. When I hear that conjunct Saturn and square Uranus, in my visual mind, I see the earth cracking, like the ground breaking deep, 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 and we falling away from the old ways of being. Because Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus governs the earth. And Saturn, which is also ruled by Capricorn, an earth sign, is in Aquarius. So we are breaking away from our old patterns and moving further into the things that we have not activated yet. We're moving into a new way of being. Astrologically, the transits and aspects that are happening now have not been experienced for thousands of years. Humans have not lived through this energy. We are actually in a new reality, but the old is holding on because it won't be needed any longer. We will no longer need the things that we have relied upon for hundreds of years to sustain ourselves. And so now, because energy is becoming more available, right? So we'll be able to heal ourselves by just touching ourselves and thinking. We'll be able to use herbs and things like that as medicines to heal ourselves. We will no longer need doctors and things. You're not in the same way. Now, if you break a bone, you're gonna fucking need to go to the doctor, okay? No, let me be clear, okay? But if you learn how to talk to your organs and talk to your cells and give them the cell food that they need, you will be able to heal yourself in new ways, because those things weren't available because the energy was really dense, right? So if you think about something being really dense, you can't see through it, you can't penetrate it. But now the energy is lightening up, so we are going to be able to have new access in ways that we didn't before. So this new moon coming in Aquarius, I want to encourage you guys. We have the new moon meditation on Sunday night. If you've not registered for that yet, that is in my link tree. You can go register. Sunday night is tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to have the new moon meditation in Aquarius. So for those of you who would like to join, this is a really beautiful opportunity to set the tone for your own new life, new ways of being, like really giving yourself permission to step out of who you have been. This morning I had a really fascinating experience of of just giving myself permission. Like, you know, I've shared with you guys before that I had a mother who was a prostitute, or what we call a sex worker. I don't care about the language, but she she scared me, right? She scared me sexually because she was so bold sexually, and it just scared me and shamed me. Is really what it did, because it was against my it was against what my grandmother was teaching me. My grandmother was teaching me about Christianity and Jesus and purity and being a virgin, right? And um, and oddly enough, when my grandmother died, and all of her Christianity and, you know, virginity and all that sort of stuff, when she died, it was fascinating because we went to clean up her house, and I found all of her. She used to have sex magazines, Hustler, Hustler with the Hustler magazines and sex toys and all of that. And I was like, isn't that something? This woman taught me that I should be a virgin in the name of Jesus, and she didn't honor her own sexual desires, and so because of that, it created a conflict inside of me. And now I'm asking myself, how can I come to a new understanding of that for myself? Not surprising at all, right? For myself. How can I, exactly, the projected shame. Absolutely. So now with this new moon in Aquarius, I am asking myself, because that's my heritage, my lineage, right? I had a mother who was just out there. Like one time I was driving down the street and saw my mother walking down the street, working literally with some short pants on, and, you know, working as a prostitute. And so all of that in me now, at the 15th degree, Saturn is karma. Saturn is karma, and karma is just your cause and effect. What you get, what you put out, you get back. What you put out, you get back. So I'm asking myself to renew, because this Venus goes direct today. Oh my goodness, Venus goes direct today. I forgot, Venus goes direct today, right? So Venus has been retrograde, and Venus is our sexuality, our sensual nature, right? So literally, it's like with the retrograde energy, we've been able to reprogram the sensual energies, reprogramming that the way we've looked at our sensual sexual energies up till now. And then, you know, the ways we've been holding on to unforgiveness and sexual shame and sexual, you know, slut shaming, all that sort of stuff, looking at all of that and then bringing a new narrative to it. And as I'm talking about it, I can feel my womb just like woo, right? Because all of these energies are held in our system, because we are our ancestors reborn. So as I heal myself, I heal my mother, I heal my grandmother, I heal my great-grandmother, I heal my great-great-grandmother, and we all do this. This is how we shift the generational patterns that we've been indoctrinated in through the Western white European capitalistic imperialistic mindset that would have us live in shame around our sexual natures, our sexual power, our sensual desires, and literally and how they indoctrinated us into that is with Christianity, Islam, all of these ways that the masculine, the patriarchy, has suppressed women's sensual nature and told us that we are too much. You have to cover it up, put it away. You know, one of the things that I just like Judaism, how they will say something like, when a woman is bleeding, she's dirty. That is a lie. That is a lie. A woman is not dirty when she is in her moon time. That is when she is powerful. And does she need to rest and relax and recharge herself? Absolutely. But is she dirty? Fuck no. How can the portal of life that brings forth blood and brings forth human ever be dirty? Like these ideas are wicked. These men who created Christianity and Islam and all of these religions, that is, they are against nature. And what does it mean to be against nature? It means evil. That's what it means to be against nature. Evil. And what evil, EVIL, turn it around backwards, is live, right? So to go against living is to be evil, right? Um, and it's so whoever does it to women, it's ridiculous. They're idiots. They are stupid, okay? Because women are the sacred vessels of the divine, and we do need our moon time to restore ourselves, but it is sacred time. It is not time, there's nothing dirty about it. It is a high, sacred, powerful time for a woman to be in her power and in her creative expression. And so this is what I mean when I say Saturn in Aquarius, right? So Saturn is karma. So all these narratives we've taken in that would have us believe that we are dirty or not powerful or shouldn't be touched or all of that sort of stuff, that's karmic. And so we want to recover those karmic beliefs and claim our power back. Pull your power back. Because why? We live in a mental reality. So what we believe, what we tell ourselves becomes our reality. So we have to begin to tell ourselves something new. The moon is in Capricorn today, and for the next couple of days, as we're moving into the new moon in Aquarius. And so the moon in Capricorn is going to come into a connection, a conjunction with Pluto, and Pluto is death. Pluto is, so literally all of these energies, these old energies are dying out, literally. So it's literally allowing your mindset to die to the old ways of thinking, to the old ways of practicing, to the old ways of believing, and asking yourself what is next and what is new. All right, y'all. I think I'm done. I don't think I have no more. Yeah. So that is it. So we honor that which is dying within us, which needs to die, and we give thanks for Venus that has restored us through this retrograde into our power, into our own authority, into our emotional authority. Yes, my heart chakra is feeling balanced and whole. Okay. Peace and blessings, you all. I love y'all so very much. Come and sign up for new moon readings. You can sign up for new moon readings, new moon, full moon readings, so you can learn how to use this energy and really just step into your power in a more aligned way. Okay, everyone. Peace and blessings. Have a really beautiful day. I love you. Bye-bye.